Garoppolo to the side, and Adams with the catch near midfield, and heavily covered defenders on both shoulders.
Can create some matchups.
First down and 10. Here's the handoff, and it goes to Trey Tucker, a rookie, and he's on the move with the jet sweep and around down inside the 20. With Jacobs in the backfield in a 1st and 10 from the 16 of the Bills. First possession of the game. Fake to Jacobs. Out to Adams. Nice block he got right there from Parham. And he's in for the touchdown. The left guard Parham sealed it off. And Garoppolo with the touchdown pass. And the Raiders on the board. 3rd down and 5. First possession for the Buffalo Bills. Allen's got it. Brown a block at the right tackle. Here they come, leaking through. Adam Butler chasing to the sideline, and there he goes running again. Hunter Renfrow is on the move. Bills in the nickel. To the air, Garoppolo. Miller, the block at the left tackle. Jacobs in the middle. Amir Abdullah is the running back. 2nd down and 8. Here they come up the middle. Ball deflected and picked off on the ricochet. Terrell Bernard. At the 28, deflected ball. Buffalo takes over. Murray in motion, Allen to the air, quick hit. It's Diggs at about the 9. Again, Diablo.
Accurate throw, making it 3rd and manageable.
3rd down and 3. It's caught by Diggs, drilled by Epps. And that's what they're going to do. Push the pile. Quarterback sneak in the 6'5", Josh Allen. Davis, Murray, nothing for a touchdown. Abdullah with Garoppolo, 3rd and 5. Here they come. They get through. Oliver almost had him batted down, knocked away. Epinesa coming in. The expatriate Damian Harris is wide, 3rd and 6. Quick dart. Knox has got it, and he's got the first down.
Now all of a sudden they may get one-on-one matchups, whereas in the past they're rotating coverage to try and cover those guys as they get a hard count. Free play here for Josh Allen.
Allen on 1st and 10. What a catch by Davis. Down to the 45. Flag is thrown.
That gray area, but with the run on 3rd down, able to pick up the first down, now giving them good field position.
Damian Harris, the back on a 1st and 10 for Josh Allen, going to the end zone. Hobbs defending. They're going for Diggs. You see the flag.
Diggs to the inside. Hobbs to the outside.
Defense, number 39. A foul from the end zone. The ball pushed to the 1-yard line. Automatic. First down.
2nd down goal. Here comes Allen. To the end zone. Touchdown. Dawson Knox, the tight end. Analyst says no PI. Abdullah in the backfield, 3rd and 11. They need the 35. Here they come with Floyd. The block by Illuminor, and downfield he's got Adams. And some breathing space at their own 42 at the 1st and 10. Garoppolo, blocked by Miller. It goes underneath for Jacobs by midfield, hit by a couple, including Johnson. Garoppolo, 7 of 11. 2nd down and 10. Moves up nicely. Van Roden with the block, and he dumps it off. It's Adams. Beat Poyer on the side. Garoppolo. Epinesa can't get him. Blocked by Miller. Garoppolo to the air. Incomplete, wide and short, and looking for Carter. A.J. Cole, the punter, is the holder. This is maybe the best punter long snap combination in the NFL, and he gets the field goal.
Well, and that's where he said this is just going to be a good growth process because Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have the offseason dealing with that foot injury recovery. This combination is just going to continue to get better.
Damian Harris, the kicker to beat, and Cole will grab him. Daniel Carlson made the tackle.
They lead after being the Los Angeles Chargers 8-0 over Tennessee.
Kevin Harlan. It's Cook taking it up the middle, slashing his way for a first down. We have a couple tight ends, 2nd down and 1. Dawkins, the black left tackle, we got Cook. Spillane will chase on the chalk and out of bounds. Second down and goal. Allen blocked by Dawkins. The dive and the hit by Epps, his college teammate, and the embrace afterwards, and down to the 1. 2 for 2 in red zone today. Murray is in. Third and goal. Allen, Murray trying to swerve. Shy. That timeout. Harris is in the backfield. Hardy on the move. Allen. Oh! Almost grabbed. It's incomplete, and they were looking inside. Goal line stand by the defense. First and 10 on downs. It goes to the Raiders. Garoppolo outside and Davis.
I think they're going to do a play action, try and get a quick pass and get the first down.
And you're right. He's in the end zone. He's being chased by Oliver and has to throw it away.
At the line of scrimmage, but I bet they drop out.
They need the 47 of the Raiders on 3rd down and 8. Good time. Allen. And got him. Caught by Diggs. Right in front of.
Now it just sets up another first down. Or an opportunity at first down again.
Murray is the back. First Bills penalty. 1st and 10. Allen. Caught. Davis. Murray's the back. 1st and 10. Allen to the end zone. Broken up. They had a couple guys there, including Epps. 2nd down and 10. Allen up. Caught. Touchdown. Khalil Shakir. Josh Allen has just thrown his 2nd touchdown pass today. It's Cook. Kincaid with the block. Runs outside by Bennett. By Spillane, who finally grabs him as he gets the first down. Working the sideline.
Right now, it doesn't appear they're going to do it here this first series of the second half as well.
Diggs is back there with Allen. 3rd down and 2. Diggs. First down. Dances by Merrick. Dives near the 20. Had a catch and run for 8. Here they go, 3rd and 4, Allen. And there is Kincaid again, hit by Long.
There was the hard count to try and get him.
2 tight ends, quarterback sneak. Got it. To the 10. 3rd and goal, Latavius Murray is the back. 2 touchdown passes by Allen, blocked by Dawkins. Diving on that sideline is Murray, the back, they'll say to the 2. Allen. Here comes Crosby. Here comes Allen. And caught for the touchdown. Davis into a thicket of defenders.
It just seems like finding a way, especially with no Jacoby Myers today, getting him involved.
3rd and 2, and he's got the first down. Hooper again, put down by Milano. To lead the brigade in the slot here. 1st and 10. Play action. Garoppolo time. And intercepted Matt Milano!
What an interception!
Wow!
Don't press the situation and force it upfield.
Second down, 2nd down and 5 with the fake to Cook. The pressure there and the catch is made. Kincaid, oh, he is slippery. Inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Allen, oh, grabbed and devoured by Diablo. Diablo had a terrific game, played well against the Broncos. On the 25, 3rd and 22. It's Cook. As he gets by Bennett, Crosby will not let him escape. With the long snap. It's 31-10. And 31 points is what the Bills have averaged the last 11 games playing at home. 5 in the secondary. It's 1st and 10. Diggs. There he goes. Dancing his way. Teamer got him. Dawkins that block. Allen on the move and chased there by Tillery. And he's got Gabe Davis. Inside the 10 at the Raider 8. Harris the back. And the handoff. Vaulting off his outstretched arms, takes it in for 6. It is the 2nd rushing touchdown for the Bills today. 172, which included an 83-yard run by Breece Hall. Pretty discouraging last week. 1st and 10, Garoppolo. There's Hunter Renfrow to the 38-yard line. Garoppolo 16-24, couple picks, 186 through the air, a touchdown pass to Adams. White, nice block by Miller, nice tackle made, flag thrown, ball's out, and grabbed on the play by Rapp. After a Dane Jackson hit, it looked like.
The two head coaches know each other very well. I mean, in midfield as well. A lot of respect between the two.
Nice day for Kincaid, 5 catches and 43.